Howdy chaps, and welcome back to Will It Start Round 2. I already know it's going to run, so spoiler alert. So let's have a look. This is probably one of the last videos I'm going to do on this car because I don't want to own it. Right, so it's had a new set of points, new spark plugs. I pulled the distributor cap off. I actually swapped it with the other one and sandblasted it. Got all the grit out of the areas that didn't need to be. Cleaned the rotor button, put it all back together, pulled the carburetor apart. I had a whole bunch of leftover gaskets from a gasket kit. When you buy a Stromberg gasket kit, it pretty much gives you gaskets for all of them. And of course, this is not a grey motor one, so it had all the gaskets, funnily enough, to suit this one. I actually had. And I remade this fuel line down to the fuel pump because it had like 3 joins in it and it was rusty and crap looking, and I was like, no, I'll make it properly. So perfect. Carburetor was not in great condition. I put some brake fluid in the clutch slave just for, shits and giggles, and yes, it does have a working clutch now. Hooked up a fuel tank, and in theory, also I think it's got a bit of an overheating issue because there's either a plugged radiator or the water pump's dead. Could be the water pump. I just didn't see any water moving in the radiator the other day. So, and I did do a little bit of body work on it, but I just don't really want to own it. This thing does have rust in it that is not a 5-minute task. So, in theory, and I pulled the fuse box, cleaned it all, replaced all the fuses, and half the stuff now works. So, light on. This is not going to be the greatest filming. Yep, one more shot. So my phone cut out just then, but the indicators are working. I bet if I turn these lights off, I don't think it runs that well. I don't know if it's that happy, but I don't really want to spend much more time finding out. But I didn't want to be beaten by this thing either. Look how good that grill is, and the indicators on this side. The bumper bar is dead straight. It's got a nice set of 12 slots. Tyres are reasonable. I've seen worse up here. Windscreen's not broken. I also got this working, using some Holden parts. Also thought this was the dumbest idea on the planet. Every time you want to open that tailgate, you have to wind down that glass, which explains the smiley face on the back. So yeah, all in all, I've put this on Marketplace for about $6 and I would like it gone. And if somebody goes, oh my god, it's not worth $6, well, it's not 2010 anymore, guys. You can't just go buying one of these that runs and drives for under 5. It doesn't happen anymore. They're just not around. Also, I think it's got $6 worth of spare parts in it, especially if you were restoring an XA. The bonnet is actually quite good. Only one corner is rotten. Really. This side's good. And it's fairly straight, it's not bent. Bonnet hinges are in immaculate condition. Rad support's never been pranked, it's even got factory texture on it. All of these brackets are headlight mounts. The headlights, the wiring, the original headlights, the bolts, guards. There's thousands of dollars worth of parts in here if you had to go buy them individually. So that's why I think it's worth what it is. And I mean, I've seen worse guards. Like it would make a killer parts car for a sedan. And I mean, if you were really keen on a sedan, you can change out these top frames for a sedan one, which cut across sort of there, and use the bottom half of this, like use the main section of the door and put a different frame on it, and then you got a sedan door. So I'm going to turn this off before it gasses me, but it does move, the clutch works, so I don't, yeah, so there we go. Thought I'd let it not beat me. But if you are actually interested, sing out. It's on Facebook Marketplace in Adelaide. I don't really want to deal with a whole pile of stupid questions. It is what it is. It does have potential. You've just got to be fixing some rust. I'm not going to lie, it does have some floor pan rust and up the inside of the A-pillar, which is a bit sad. But it's not chronically rusty. And I mean, we were able to get all the bog off and the surface rust here fairly easily. So it's just like that. So now it's bare metaled and etch primed. So, and the roof is dead straight too. Aside from the dent on the other corner, it's perfect. Definitely had roof racks. Yeah. Oh, and of course, steering columns in there and the manual pedal box, same as a V8 one. You know, headlight switches are still in there, dash frame. I've seen worse crash pads. And of course, everybody knows XAs have a smooth finish on the dashboard, whereas XBs actually have a wrinkle finish. However, useless trivia, very, 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 very late XAs have wrinkle finish dashes, because I have seen, personally with my own eyes, a genuine GT unrestored that was a very late 73, and it had the XB style dash, so there was some changeover. Anyway, I'll leave it there, another short and sweet, but there you go, she runs, she lives, and she could be yours for some money. See you around, chaps.